And welcome to this big match. It's the 2023 rep game between under 16 STJFL with the travelling team up here to UTAS today up against the NTJFA. I'm Martin Duffy, the cameraman, and going to welcome into commentary in about 20 seconds when he gets back from the canteen, Aaron Peachy Roberts, our northern representative, in the commentary box as the game is underway, and it's the South going to the right of screen, driving the ball down. Big clash almost, players falling over. Ball comes out into the centre half position. South would love an early goal. Got beautiful conditions here at UTAS as the umpire's going to come in and probably ball this one up. No, lets it go.
Keep going, Duff.
Ball comes back out.
No,
I haven't called a player's name yet. And I'm running out of words to say as I welcome into the commentary box Aaron Peachy Roberts. Take it away, Peachy.
Well, yeah, it was a bit of a line-up at the canteen. I got a little delayed as I was endeavouring to get some supplies into me. Anyway, apologies for that. Stingle's got it. High up and towards the half-forward line. Floating back in front of Keddy. The mark taken. So welcome to those that love their representative football here in the north of the state. The umpire says you've had a little too long. And a free kick here to the STJFL. So the South winning the girls' game comfortably in the end by just over 5 goals.
Oh, they were far too good, weren't they, in that match?
Yep.
Too potent going forward.
Page was good. Driving ball. Stevenson, he can't get it. Now it's Bedford. He's had a good season for South Launceston, and we're going to have a throw up here. So we've got the boundary umpires back in this game, so it feels like some normality a little bit in the football. Oliver Atkins. The ball ricochets over the boundary line. Lovely conditions, around about 14, 15 degrees here in the northern capital. Chips are warm, sunshine out. And there's a fairy floss fan out the back.
Oh, is there really?
Fairy floss.
I haven't seen that for a long
Look, they
time.
may be doing other things, I'm not sure, but I did see 4 teenage girls lined up
Fairy floss.
at the front getting fairy floss. That's a ball inside. It's been unfortunately dropped by Gapin. The umpire's called a free here. I didn't actually see what that infringement was for. Might have been ice that was pushing it back. So Gapin's going to have a shot on goal.
Of course, this is the son of Matt, former Tassie Devils player.
He's going to go short, loose checking, too easy.
Nice. Who are you going for, Peachy? You do live in Launceston, have lived here for, what, 5 or 6 years?
No. Once again, you love bringing this up, don't you? So Whitelaw, another son of a gun's got it. He's going to kick from 35. The STJFL have dominated the scoreline for the last few games. There's no one there. That's just poor checking from the defenders. And comfortably taking it in the end was Barwick. He's got a couple of leads on. He's decided to just stay away from them at the moment. So he's going to have a shot. He's gone to check side. A little too casual in the end. It's gone straight across the face.
Oh, kicked a kick.
It looks like Lang's got it. So he's going to do the opposite now. The screw around.
He'll find another teammate.
And he's found it behind, is all he's found.
Gee, have the North touched the ball yet? Not sure they have. Maybe once or twice, but looking dangerous already are the South. Go the South, Peachy. Thought I'd just say that.
Can we turn his microphone? Can we turn it down?
Yeah,
we can turn him off.
A little bit. Oh, okay.
Kick hasn't cleared anyone. Lang has it. Just attacking side. He can drive it in, but he's got literally no one to kick to. The umpire's called a 50. Someone infringing on the mark. We might try and get a little replay back on that one, Jerry. So here's the initial mark. Does he come back in here? Number 19. Oh, he played on too early. So it was actually the player on the mark. So Lang's going to have a shot from 25 metres out with no wind at all. Just the rays of sunshine. And there's a little glimmer already as the STJFL show some early danger signs with the first goal. Nice finish. Comfortably taken in the end. So the STJFL with the first. Morris in the ruck at the moment for the NTJFA. It's a poor kick, but it's a lack of intent from Doherty. Sort of stood and watched the ball in the end to Brown. Brown's kick off the mark. So Atkins will get a bit of the ball. At the moment playing off half back, dashed by Bramage. Misdirected kick. That was a better passage than it has found Morrison. He's going to go to the top here, Tommy Morrison. That's clever. Good vision. I think that's Payne. North Launceston product. I have to get the binoculars out. So he's going to have a shot directly in front. Payne. It's scrubby. It's low, but it's effective. And the response straight away comes from the NTJFA. And one apiece here in this first quarter.
Well, they needed that, didn't they?
It's a good build-up, wasn't it? A bit of mischecking. So two players inside the forward 50 are able to get their hands on the football. Uncontested marks inside forward 50 are gold in the modern game. Didn't look completely confident with the kick. Let's have a look as it just got the distance.
I thought it was nearly touched off the boot.
Yeah, no, in the end it was probably a bit more comfortable than I originally thought live. It had a couple of extra metres as it travelled over the goal umpire's head. They often like you to push through the ball or really drive through the footy, and that was a little poke.
Well, the last game started like this. We had a goal apiece in the first 7 minutes, and then the NTJFA didn't register another goal for the rest of the game.
Well, it's competitive early. Brown gets held. The umpire says it's going to be a free kick. Once again, too easy here for the NTJFA. Bramage driving ball. Wonderful football from Bramage. Gee, that was a good kick.
Oh, that was just like Robert Harvey, the former.
And here's the tamer Georgetown export in Ellis, who's taken the mark. It's a decent kick to Ellis. And he's lining up directly in front.
Beautifully weighted pass there.
Should have no trouble. He's a goal kicker, Ellis. And the second on the board for the Northerners. See this on the replay again. This kick here from Bramage, uncontested. That is a fantastic kick. And I've got to say, Moles didn't have a lot of help, but he needed to turn his body and just be aware where the defender or the defender's space needed to be. And in the end, the offensive player had the read on the ball, but it was a Bramage kick that set that one up, and the free kick in the middle of the ground. So 2-1-1. See, they need to make some changes in the middle here. Towns has come onto the ball. Fish from Doherty. Doherty gets it back again. The wide handball out for Braken. He might get it back again if he gets onto it. Ball spilling loose inside the defensive area. That's holding the football. That is holding the football.
Oh, you're not half going from Northern Tasmania, mate.
Ellis has it. He'll have his second shot on goal in the space of 30 seconds. Trying to break it through. And unfortunately, if you take the second tackler on, the umpire's nothing to do but give a free kick. It's going to the right. Could have been a handy. Would have been a couple of goal lead in the early stages They're probably the underdogs here, the NTJFA. Not since 2017 have they been close in a representative game of football between these two competitions. And that was a game at North Hobart where the STJFL just got home in the dying moments. There's a lot of physicality out there and some rather sloppy footy as Watts. A handball miss by Cumming. The left boot's not effective from Watts. Out of bounds on the full. So a lot of NTJFA players around it, but straight to Page. Missed by Watkins, and a free kick to the NTJFA. There's a player on short. He's held it for a tad too long, and now it's going to be a high ball. No, the short option's still on. Doherty the rucker. Ellis the pocket. Missed by Verbracken. Missed by Cumming. And held in there by Tom Morrison. Might have been high in the end, it was. The umpire will pluck out a free kick.
Tom Morrison, wasn't he an American boxer back in the 80s?
McMullen, he's a journo as well, isn't he? McGee. Pressure from the forwards from the NTJFA is immense at the moment. There's a player in the middle. Oh, well, he was. There was two players in the middle. Payne was one, Doherty was the other. And the wobbly kick found neither. They come out here to this side, but that's another missed kick. Spilt by Cumming, gets it back again. Morris was there. Suddenly realised he had a bit of space. Out to Cumming, onto his right. And he's screwed it around, they've got their third.
Nice response this by the North.
Just too much pressure. The kick out there was poor. So Hamish Cumming was originally involved in the entry. Under some pressure at the moment. Lang's going to have to try and steady the troops, but look how long Morrison had it for it in the end. Following up was Cumming, and he managed to get over the cap of the umpire. So 3 goals, 1 to 2, so to 1 goal, 1, a 2-goal lead in the early stages of the representative 16 boys game. Stewart in the ruck, but the ball's being pinched here by the NTJFA. Both teams just dropping at the odd mark. Atkins trying to find his right boot, and in the end he had to use his left. That's a hole. That's going to be a free kick.
Yeah.
Over the shoulder.
Over the
right shoulder was infringed. And for Bracken, who's a decent kick for goal, has got it in the left pocket. He'll be kicking from 45. There's that free kick, the right shoulder. Just turns it out and fades it. This is still going to be an option. In the best position, juggling in the end, was Morrison. Still engaged in the contest. Cumming trying to force his way through it. The umpire's going to take it off both. Ellis getting copped in the midriff, but managed to get a tap to it, but it's been sharked out here. Hunter McGee misses it. Hadley with a little bit of time. And the umpire, I think the player then thought the umpire was going to ball it up. No, we've got boundary umpires. We're going to throw it in. It's a good ruck contest between these two at the moment. Stewart got front position and won it down. Atkins with a quick ball. Oh, straight to Walters. Farrow's got it. Lateral. Baker. He's going to go wide. Well, initially, It was on, but the kick was misdirected. And another ball that's gone down to that gap. Same spot as last time. Fortunately, it was Page who was getting it, because I don't think that boundary umpire had the long enough arm. She would have disappeared into it. Doherty standing up at the ruck contest. Rushed in by Atkins. Farrow was tight. Turning around was Stingle. Just turned the doorknob a little too far. It's all the NTJFA after the early goal. After the 50-metre penalty from the STJFL, we thought, oh, we hope we don't get a real blowout early. And the underdogs are on the game at the moment. Sculthorpe, good pressure, spills out towards Smith. Watts probably didn't keep it in, definitely didn't keep it in the second time. Finally, the umpire blows the whistle. Probably didn't keep it in this first time. Oh, you never know. Well, it's a tough one. About 3 times it looked like it went out, but very difficult for the umpire to probably call that one when they're parallel to you or perpendicular. Atkins with a rush ball. And out of bounds against in front of Stingle. Being dangerous in that pocket.
So we're not playing the anti-density today, the rep game?
Yeah, no, they're calling it. The middle central umpire's about to blow his whistle here. So there's 3 umpires in this. You could see him trying to tell the players to get back. To be fair, the boys don't listen quite as well as the girls. That's probably the standard rule. That was a high one, and they free kick in deep in defence. The lead up from Thorpe McCulloch. Green, probably the tallest player on the ground. A long way, and another mismark from Doherty. Had a couple of opportunities to drive his team forward, but he's kept dropping a mark. McCormack for the NTJFA. They're structured well around the ball. Walters, dangerous kick into the middle, was looking for McGee, couldn't get it. Too easy for Hedger. That's high, sloppy. Bramich's head nearly removed from his shoulders. He plays on Bramich. Depth touch kick. Probably wasn't his best option. Marsden, the captain of Lonnie. 1 way, 2 ways. Gets it to a teammate. That's a brilliant kick. Finds a player further afield as they clunk into each other's body. Now it spills free for the STJFL. But Bishop comes in and lays a tackle and says, you're not going anywhere. Another ruck win for Doherty. Watts with the ball smothered. A lot of players just lacking composure with trying to catch the football. Bounds, found a gap and got it through. Hunter McGee at the back. Got the ball to ground. STJFL, some numbers around it. It's knocked up towards the boundary. It should stay in. And Hedger, who's a renowned defender, just for a second, looked in trouble. McGee, energetic player. And is that a throw-in? I reckon that might have stayed in. The umpire probably did a good job to cover the 190 metres to get down to the other pocket. 50-50. Okay, cool. In the shadows of the Western Stand on a lovely, balmy afternoon, early winter in the Northern Capital. Representative football, Duff TV, Aaron Roberts in the commentary box. I did say Jay Schultz, the former Port Adelaide player, just coming into the ground. I said, mate, if you want to get a bit of warmth, you can come up to the commentary box. I think he's probably just going to enjoy watching a game of footy. Baker. Gee, that's a dangerous kick. So dangerous, he's turned it over. McMeekin, 50 out. Has a long kick on him, McMeekin, but this is probably too long for him. There's that ball burster. Deep into square, player over the back. That's going to be a mark. No, it's taken over the boundary line for a moment that one of the smallest players in the field was going to snaffle it in the goal square. Hedger, such a good defender. He's had a lot of work to do for Lonnie at times this year, Hedger. And was needed on the last line of defence. And what a start here for the NTJFA. 3 goals, 2-20. The STJFL just the one. And a dominant first 10 minutes. The STJFL in the last couple just steadying the ship. Singles from Cumming, Payne and JB Ellis for the NTJFA has got them into a little bit of a handy break at the moment. We'll just mention a couple of the better players. Hunter McGee, the energetic on-bowler for Longford, who's just playing off half-back and pushing up the ground. Several touches. Coming with that goal was really important. Oliver Atkins is always classy. Just for a few moments, it looked like JB Ellis was going to tear the game apart, and then Bracken also got involved. So many players for Jake Morris to move around and Will Tatchell to do their work here for the NTJFA. The STJFL just felt a little rattled, and their usual calm and collected players weren't really getting into the game.
Well, they started well.
Well, they had 4 or 5 good minutes. Meakin, a couple of times. Farrow was decent. Thorpe McCulloch, the captain, got a few touches. Skolthorpe, such a quality player. But they've got a bit of work to do. But they're only 12 points down here in this first quarter. They'll rebuild, no doubt, as their coach, Troy Bennett, will get his thoughts, and Brad Skolthorpe, the assistants, no doubt will make some changes. But at the moment, it's a lead to the end. 2JFA 3-2-22, 1-2-8. We'll be back in a few moments. So an engaging first quarter from the north. He managed to get a 2-goal lead. Expect some changes though. Cunningham's looks like he's on the ball. There's a bit of physicality. Not happy with that one. So the first posse for the south. Marston looked like he drifted into that one and was able just to knock it away. South, I imagine, will respond. Brown can't get it. It's a long time for Doherty to wait underneath it. Had a good first few minutes. Spills out of Bramich's hands. Pinched by Watkins. Another missed mark, this time by Marston's. Generally a pretty competent player. That's not dropped by Bishop. Gets it onto his left. That's a good ball from Bishop. The chase is on. Numbers of fielders. Walters finally gets it. He's got a player at the top. Turns around, high ball, it's a poor kick. And Lang has it in defence for the STJFL. This is kicked to a stack of NTJFA players. Brave going back into that contest. Over the top is Payne. He's going to go up forward. Oh, Ellis, good hands. Too far out. He's just popped it up, Ellis. That's good. Just for a second, I thought it was going to go over the top. Farrow in defence. And Page has got it off half-back. The 45 options good from Page. Cunningham looks for a 1-2. Gets it successfully. Manny McCullum. Back to Farrow's come out of defence. Good lateral movement from the south. They've managed to work the ball just to centre wing. You can see a change in pattern here from the STJFL. They're just trying to control the play at the moment and keep possession and get that one in. That's a good ball. Deep inside forward 50. Gapin was in best position. Lockley thrown off it. And Hedger in defence finds a teammate. He's got another teammate further up. There was an interesting call by Hedger. Spilt by Atkins, usually pretty good with his hands. Now up towards half forward as a player at the top. If that could be just forced over. Doherty in there, misses him. The ball at ground level, scooped up by Moles. Moles a little wider towards Farrow. Farrow's kick's poor. And the Longford Larry could, Hunter McGee gets it.
Longford larrikin.
He just looks like a larrikin.
He does.
He's a ripper. The way I see good reports about Hunter. Bishop off the ground after he tried to get possession. Should have got that over to Keddy. Towns. Wide. Bishop. Towards goal. It's to the right. Really open footy in this second quarter as both teams started to get their rhythm going, although Payne initially dropped the ball but managed to have enough time to pick it up again. McMullen with a good mark. Favoured left boot. It's decent. Bounce couldn't take hold of it. Hedger with another touch. Composed out of the back half. Watts has got it. Bramich missed it. It was the best kick. They're really away then. Farrow in defence. Palms it off towards Brown. So the STJFL just level. Well, it was level. Now they've got one more inside 50. Jero Martin on the pots and pans. Keeping some stats here to give us a little bit more information on what's occurring in the game. Both teams just missing the odd handball, missing the odd mark, which is putting them under a little bit of pressure. Towns at ground level scooped it up nicely. In the air was Stewart for the STJFL. And eventually, an awkward kick. Awkward because it looked like he wasn't comfortable on the left and it's out of bounds on the full. Munting, another short option. There's that missed kick. Just the odd unforced error, you might say, is McCormack had a bit more time, was unable to get. Oliver Atkins stays upright. Brilliant from Atkins. Ellis in best position. Ball just at his feet. Umpire's called that a hold, so it's a free kick here for the NTJFA. So it's good control of his space then by Morrison. It missed Ellis. It landed in front of the fingers of Morrison. He was able just to control it, got the ball away, and there was a little hold. You can see him wanting it. So this is a big kick just in relation to where this game's going. Great amount of confidence if this one goes through. Yes.
Yes.
And the fourth on the board for the NTJFA. So they hit the scoreboard with a 6-pointer here. Here's the hold. Yeah, there you go. He did hold him for a little too long. Toby Lang was the infringer on that occasion. And Toby Morrison, who's been pretty handy for South Launceston Juniors 16 boys. He might have even played a upper level a bit as well this year. A clever finish.
Biggest lead of the match.
Yeah, and to be fair,
STJFL's gone very quiet on the scoreboard.
yeah, they're getting beaten in the middle. The challenge for them at the moment is Oliver Atkins is killing them in those contested balls, and when it goes forward, there's a range of players like that guy coming who look dangerous. Ellis, Morrison, coming with aggression.
Gee.
Flying in was Alex Towns. Just keep driving the ball forward here. Rush now. Still they get their numbers around the football. Spinning high was Bounds. The short option was good, but still the ping pong action as the ball's forced back in, and just a rush ball out. It's going to come back again. Gee, don't reckon for Bracken, or in fact that's Watts knew he was going to get that. Watts now steadies towards goal. Tell you what, this is coming a little bit too easy for Toby Morrison. He's going to run around and snap it on his left. He's got two in a space of 90 seconds. And Tom Bennett's going to have to make some changes on the whiteboard. just a lack of composure. I wouldn't say a lack of effort. That was a good follow-up from Watts. Gee, Morrison does look dangerous when the ball's in the air. And Noah Farrow was out of his depth then. So there's a few people just come into the ground, maybe 200 or 300 huddling around the western side of the stadium. A little stunned at the moment.
You're right, though. It all starts in the middle, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're being broken down through the middle. Just kind of looking at some of the players that can move in there. That some work to do. Ellis, I should say. Page now. Good second effort from Sculthorpe. He's going to get it against Sculthorpe. The old-fashioned has punched it along the ground. Bounds has got a couple to defeat, including Jonty Groves. Atkins with some pressure. Now that's better for the STJFL, but the finish hasn't really added to their scoreboard. 1-3-9 to 5-3-33. Really, the long option was the better one, but in the end, the run from Hunter McGee was outstanding. Doherty reaches up. It's always going to be advantage then. Ellis came out, tried to get involved in the contest, but Toby Lang defensive mark was great. Here's a better build-up. The patience needed. Stevenson's kick is poor. That's probably let him down a few times, just that disposal. Doherty. Plenty of balls have missed their target. Certainly not the high standard representative game we've seen between these two competitions. Maybe a little younger, some of these players. You have to try and turn it around into the middle of the ground. Ellis on a foot race with Moles. He's won it now. It squirts out the side of the pack. High ball in. Stingle gets it. He's got a player at the top. Awkward from Stingle. Waiting is Morrison. Turns it around. Is it a party from Morrison? You beauty. He's kicked another 3 in the quarter. Well, that's how easy it is, Martin Duffy. Just get it forward, let Morrison do the rest.
He's an effective forward, isn't he?
Just kept pressuring here, Ellis. And the rush ball from Walters was all that was needed. Another drop mark, but it was still enough for Stingle to get it over the top. This is composed that he went forward. I mean, he had a handle over the top. He thought, no, it's all me at the moment. I'm having a little purple patch. Get on my back, boys, and they're away. 6-3 to 1-3, a 6-goal lead midway through the second quarter. And to be fair, coming into this game, I expect this today to be a little closer with the lineups for both sides, but I didn't expect halfway through the second quarter for the North to be 6-goal up.
I think he kicked that ball out of the ground there, Fiji.
Did he? Might have even got on the on top of the roof. Hadley, I should say, the Scottsdale product. Some risk in that one, but Page has hung on to it. And now some acceleration from Crossan, who's gone on the ball. Just a strange one from Crossan. Yeah, he may have been trying to get up Cox, but wasn't anywhere near him in the end. Ball goes over Bishop's head. Moles with a tap. Bishop again with a snap. STJFL with the numbers. Farrow comes back to this side of the ground. He's under some pressure. Brockman. In the end, Tom Crossan. He can go lateral here, Crossan. It's just good kick. Now there's no second option. You've got to get this right there. That's a nice bit of disposal from Crossan. Jesse Cox in the middle from Glenorchy. It's a decent chip up the line. This is better. This is the build-up when they slow things down. Sculthorpe from down the channel. Good mix of players from the regional areas from both sides. Cox and Hedger in the way. Hunter McGee and Hedger working a treat down back. Lockie Bishop's had a really good first quarter. Some risk with that kick, and now it's at ground level. Godwin. Good linkage handball. Back out towards Cunningham in the goal square. But Noah Hedger, his ability to read the play is outstanding. And he's a thorn in many teams' side when Launceston take the field. Jonty Groves. Godwin goes against the run of play. Tries to get a teammate up the field, and Groves says, "You're not getting past me," and pops Jesse Cox on his back. McCormack over the top. Sculthorpe's having a good quarter. He's trying to get his team back in the game. Hedger takes the ball out of bounds in the pocket. So the question at the moment for the STJFL is, where are they going to get 2 to 3 goals? Because that's what they need to do to stay within this game. They just need to get within distance of the NTJFA. They don't need a lead. 2 to 3 goals down at the half will be fine for them. And you can see on the stats at the moment, it's 50-50 inside forward. Groves in the ruck contest. Marston at the back of that. Bishop out wide. They're not going to go. They're going to go shorter. Now the long lead from Keddy.
Oh, great kick.
Might have been touched, actually. And Keddy's suddenly realised he's on his front and in trouble. Baker. Not the best ball inside forward 50. Atkins. Quick ball out. It might work. Sometimes those rush balls aren't the most effective way to get rid of the ball out of the defensive area. Keddy involved again. Slapped by Cumming. Stolen by Meakin. Ton of ball at the moment. Gee, for a second, Cunningham was running past. He then gets it back again.
Good 5 minutes here for the setup.
Yeah, there's Stevenson on his right, screws it around. He's got one. They deserve that. They've had a couple of good minutes here, and Stevenson calm, composed, and gets it over his left shoulder.
There was just a little momentum change in general play that last 5 minutes, and that's a good telling goal for the South.
Yeah, Cunningham's been good around the ball. The other one who's been good was Crossan. He started on the ball at the start of the quarter. It's a good finish. There's some pressure coming. And Stevenson was classy in his finish. So even up around the contested ball, it's just been those dangerous forwards for the NTJFA, because at the moment we're even inside 50s. You'd probably just say around general play, the NTJFA a fraction more composed. Brown gets it out first for the STJFL. Sculthorpe with some pace, gets onto it first, nearly pinched by Smith. Moles dances around, gets to the pocket, gets it a little too wide.
Yeah, poor finish there. Should have just tried to get it back in board.
Just the pressure, though, that is good. Oliver Atkins is having a break. He's covered some distance for the NTJFA. That's strange. The player in the mark just stood there. He let him run past.
Well, they do have that new rule, don't they?
No, don't you start. Don't
What?
start. Don't start about the start. I love the stand rule. Oh. Throw up here. Stewart's been good in the ruck. That's a little wobbly, and they're going to go to get it again.
It was a big night for you.
Was it?
Watching the old Fitzroy boys, wasn't it?
Oh, they were in the
last
after.
night?
No, I did. I watched the cricket.
Oh, how good was that?
Yeah, it's even up a little bit, hasn't it? Rahane worries me. Very good in England, Rahane. Someone who's just tuning goes, who's Rahane? Very good in England. Rush ball out. NTJFA with numbers. They're on the far wing. That's a decent kick to Ellis. He juggles it. He's having a good battle at the moment with McMullen. He goes inboard, gets a clever little handball across to Keddy. Keddy into the pocket. Stingle misses him. Cumming screws it around. Stingle could still be there. It's going to go out of bounds. Chasing it down was Bramich.
Oh, the cricket coverage has been outstanding.
You serious?
No, the production values.
Oh, yeah, but the idiots that start talking halfway through the game, why are they talking?
Oh.
What's Brayshaw even there for?
Oh, the commentary.
Well, they're not commentating. They just suddenly start talking.
I actually had...
It's a bit like you'd be like, you know, just you up to interrupting halfway through the game.
Oh, well, I actually had the sound down. Talking about the visuals.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's what I should do as well.
You're joking. Brayshaw's commentating.
I don't know what he's doing. No, he's not. He just suddenly starts talking.
Oh, really?
Yep. Bramich down there. Can't get it. Coming. Tight. Somehow threw it away. Got it to Stingle. It's gone across the face of goal. Keddy, can he chase it down? He gets it now. Then it's back on the ground. Great contest down there with McMullen. Wonderful couple of minutes of footy. The umpire's paid a free there. And maybe he's saying he didn't have possession of the football and therefore was holding the player. Much more even contest in this quarter. Ling had it. Dished it off up towards half forward. Bedford. Probably taken without the ball, but not called.
They sneak a goal here, the South. They're back in it.
That was great by Bishop. He got the ball to ground when he had some trouble from the STJFL. That's high. And that's going to be a free kick to the NTJFA. There's not a lot of kicking options here. It's going to go at the back of the head of Ellis. That's actually an okay result in the end. It was not one bar Ellis, and it missed him by a fair way in the end. That wasn't another option then for the NTJFA. And they're going to do a throw-up. Stewart in the ruck. Coming again. Looks really dangerous. Cunningham with a quick ball out. It's a mark, I reckon. Yep, the umpire saying a mark. Not play on because he blew the whistle. It seemed like a very quick quarter, but it just rushed through after 20 minutes. And I suspect he's not having a shot. So that's an end of what was a more even second quarter. Still only the one goal from the STJFLs. The NTJFA through Toby Morrison really started to get a wriggle on, but the STJFL started to even the ball up around the contest. Mostly with Noah Stewart, I thought was great in the ruck in that quarter. Started just to calm things down, but it was Tom Crossan from the Southeast Giants who really steadied the thing, aggressive at the football, composed at the contest. He got some help from Cox. Moles was effective. Lang was good at different stages, and Cunningham, I thought, was more than serviceable. So a much better quarter, but early stages it looked like Morrison was going to have a field day from South Lonnie. He kicked 3 goals in the quarter. Ellis, Payne and Cumming have also kicked a goal, but it was Oliver Atkins and Lockie Bishop, those two engaged forwards with Noah Hedger, the general, down back, that kept them very much in the game. Doherty in the ruck, and then got a little bit loose throughout the game. But then Morrison, Ellis coming up forward provided quite a few problems along with Babracken, but it did settle things down. But it's still a very handy lead here for the NTJFA. 6 goals, 3, 39-2, 13-15. Let's see if the STJFL can continually work their way back into this game. But at the moment, the Northerners lead here in the second of the representative games for 2023. We'll be back for the second half very, very soon.
Welcome back, Aaron Roberts.
I've never had been introed before.
And now here's your host, Aaron Roberts. Oh, we're live, are we?
We are live, Duff. You can just go back to filming. It's the one thing at a time. The sun's just disappeared for a little bit. But the light's shining on the NTJFA at the moment. They've got a handy lead, 6-3-2-3, but it levelled up in that last 7 or 8 minutes. It was the middle of the ground. Their ability to get the ball out of those contested areas, get first use of the football, was into the forward line, and it was dangerous with Morrison and Ellis up there. But things steadied. They've gone forward straight away. For Bracken, Morrison misses it, and it's just been distributed out. So we're up again next week, Duff. Sardis Grand Final.
Oh, I love the Sardis.
It's one of my favourite ones. So we've got the big day at St Pat's, but only the 2 games this year. The girls are playing Tuesday.
You're coming down for that as well, aren't you, to Campbelltown? It's either you or Blair Brownless. Now, what do you want?
Well, we'll do a poll, will we?
Hey, Blair goes well in the commentary box.
He's enthusiastic. No, he's all right. He's done a bit of it. He's on the Water Boys, isn't he? HOFM or whatever it is. Ball live still for the STJFL. High, very high ball. Gapin was under it for an eternity. It scoots back towards Gapin.
Here he is, your mate.
Yeah, little.
What's his name? He looks like a character, doesn't he?
He looks like an absolute ripper. Hunter McGee.
Hunter McGee.
Nice little sigh. I reckon he's had a fresh too. A fresh.
Mad Dog McGee, we should call him.
A bit of fresh work on the side of the bush too there for McGee. Groves was good. Through the legs and out of bounds.
Mad Dog McGee, that is his new nickname.
And a jumper that's about 4 sizes too big.
And look at those couple of mullets. Look at that one.
That's a tidy. That's a bit of perm action there, isn't it? A bit of a short throw and hasn't helped anyone. Maybe Stevenson. Best position in the pocket. We've seen a few beauties over the last couple of years there, but
26.
near side.
26, is that Sculthorpe?
No, that's Noah. It actually independently moves Noah Sculthorpe's hair. That's how good it is. Been pretty good off half-back for most of the day. Bedford. Farrow chops it off. His kick is looking for Sculthorpe. It's not going to get that far. Towns gets inboard. Nicely controlled by the North.
It's got a sense of game on here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, 23 points, the North get a goal, makes it hard again for the South, but if it goes the other way, it starts to tighten up.
Starting to flow a little bit. Bramage came in with the pressure. Ellis gets through one. Manages to get a handball in it. No, he didn't. The disposal wasn't effective. So half forward to half forward at the moment at the start of this third quarter. The NTJFA had an electric first quarter in the first 7 or 8 minutes as Marston gets it out. Ellis climbs onto it. Doesn't go to Bramage. Could go wide to Keddy. Goes short instead. And it's Stingle. Too far out. In the goal square. Morrison at the back.
Nice.
Missed him. Farrow at ground level. Just retrieves it and steadies the ship for a little bit.
Great fist there by the STJFL defender. We'll get a replay on that one. That was just a great moment.
Some of the supporters just on the stand there. Yeah, it was the golden fist. Controlling it was Doherty, kept it in front of himself. Cunningham trying to get it. Reefs it around the corner. That was clever by McCormack because he just kept himself in the race then. He didn't get the football, but he just provided some pressure. McGee can't get it. Brown finally manages to hold onto the football. Pressure from Bramage. Nails a couple of strong tackles. Farrow stands up. Slings out a handball. Doherty, long way down to reach for that. Bramage with a quick ball inside the pocket. 2 NTJFA players here versus 1 defender. And Brockman looks like he's goalkeeping at the moment. Ellis was in the ruck. Ramage, Atkins, busting through, holding the ball. Better from the STJFL and Farrow, composed. Here we go. Some run. That kick is good. They've been pretty decent to about this kick where they fell down, and they fall down again as Noah Hedger just sweeping across the back half, and I think that's his 5th defensive mark. Bramich off half back. I should say Oliver Atkins. I do mix those two up. Pretty sure Oliver's both the captain of this. I think he's the captain of East Launceston as well. Wow. Turn of speed from Watts. Drives it up towards half forward. Over the back was Morrison. Down at ground level. Oh. That's high, isn't he? He sat on his head. And Bramich just doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
Anyway, continue on. Rush ball out by Goodwin.
Tell you what, I've been happy with the umpiring today.
Yeah, kept this one flowing.
Big Skullthorpe.
And the frying Moulay gets it up towards Jesse Cox.
For a player that perms his hair, I tell you what, Skullthorpe, he's a decent player. Isn't he?
This is the high ball up. It's a good option. Ground level, McGee. And he just steadies with a handball over the top to Marsden. And Bishop's got it. Alex Towns has got a player further afield.
I'll tell you what, hasn't the play opened up? Don't you love free-flowing football?
For Bracken. Keddy juggles it. Chips it in towards the medium warm. Morrison! Medium warm, delicious. And the umpire says no, it's been touched. It may have hit the ground, whatever it is. It's a ball up.
Great umpiring.
I reckon it's touched there, and I reckon it hit the ground there.
Yep. Brilliant. Love a good umpire, I do, and I love free-flowing football. I'm a happy chappy.
What we realise, it's not about you, it's about the viewers. Anyway, we're back in the middle.
Well, hang on. The Fox footy commentators, it's all about them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Aren't you filming?
Oh.
You never hear from the cameraman, do you? Fox footy. You know what? It'd probably be better. It'd probably be better at the cricket if someone from the cameraman spoke instead of Brayshaw.
He is a B grade at Brayshaw, isn't he?
I don't know. He's probably a good bloke. I just don't need him to
nice
speak.
Guy.
Yeah, he's probably a ripper.
Just can't commentate footy or cricket.
Cunningham off half back for the STJFL. Gapin was trying to run onto it. He's going to get there first. Storming through was Walters.
Yeah, had it too long.
And Skullthorpe said, "You're not getting past me in the Moulay." And I'm getting 50. And I reckon that's a little unlucky.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about that. It's a good tackle. Committed to it, and it was a throw. So the free kick was there. Yeah, it's annoying, but technically Bedford didn't pass it back, but he was, probably should have held on to it then, Bedford, but a little naive from him. And there's a response from Noah Skullthorpe. So there's the free. I mean, no intent from Bedford to deliberately hold up play. But that is a free kick. If you don't pass the ball back to the player who's got it, unfortunately, them's the rules.
That's right. And again, this brilliant umpiring continues.
So they've just snuck it back, 6-3 to 3-4. Yeah, 6-3, Gerard. Let's just drop one of those STJFL. Next minute, Duff will be calling you biased for putting goals on the STJFL.
They're back in this.
Yeah,
South.
17 points of difference.
They're coming home, the South, right here.
It's work.
They'll get up here. Guys, look at this. Momentum change. It happened about the last 5 minutes of the last quarter.
Can you pause him?
Tell you what, I'm really thinking
where's the
South
pause button?
Just really going to...
Hedger in best position. Finally, we managed to get the button down on Martin Duffy.
Come on, the South. Oh, back on.
Bounds trying to work his way through. They're under a bit of pressure now, the NTJFA. That's a free. Lucky, because they were in some strife. Another missed mark. Then a follow-up tackle by Walters. The rush ball comes out. I was trying to get Bramich involved. The wide handball out towards Keddy. The chip over the top is effective. Ellis looks around. Short options reasonably. He's got to play. Needs to handball it. Decides to bust through the pack. Did Watts. Screws it around. It's a high ball. It's gone across the face. Would have been a handy response. But in the end, the pressure from the STJFL was just enough to put the kick off.
They just need that steadying goal at the moment, the North.
Back to 3 goals. That's as much as 5 goals at one stage. Doherty. Moles. Probably gone over the boundary line, yes. And a really intense game of football where both teams are lifting to the effort. Midfields are making a difference. And Stewart's been brilliant in the ruck for the STJFL. Coming. High one. Quality. Morrison again just using his, not so much strength, but just his knowledge of where the ball's going to drop, protecting the space. See the little touch there. That's just fantastic, and Lang had no chance.
That's real raw ability, this boy. Great poise under pressure.
They've got a few good forward. They've got a few good forwards, South Launceston. And there is the response that Martin Duffy asked for. And 4 to Toby Morrison.
Well, I didn't particularly want it because I'm going for the South, but that was a very telling goal.
I thought you were going for, I thought you supported the umpires.
Loving the umpires today, but I was hoping this game.
The names must be in the names must be in the program. I'm sure the NTJFA, and maybe they're even. Nothing not in there, Jero? No, it's not, is it? I have to make a couple of text messages to find out who the umpires are. I mean, particularly good, particularly that chap there. So the steadier 7-4 to 3-4. A handy break of 24 points. Walters on the outside. Verbraken steadies to 50. High towards goal at the back. It's Morrison again.
Yes, sir.
He's got a little bit of magic about him, and he knows where the ball's going to drop before anyone else does. You just see, watching the ball, and this time he had Baker on him, and Morrison's got 5. This is how quick the goal was. I reckon 15, 20 seconds. So no one win the tap contest. There's that quick releasing handball, and well positioned was Elijah Walters. And Verbraken with a long entry, probably looking towards goals.
He's got, sorry, Peach, go ahead.
No, Dylan Baker was looking for a touch then, but that wasn't touch. That's a mark, and that's a goal.
He's got uncanny ability to read the play, and that's something that Peter Hudson used to have. He used to make it's true.
There's not a game of football that goes by that you don't mention Peter Hudson the day he kicked 93 goals at the TCA ground in 1979.
18 goals, he kicked 15 on Peter Gray.
Poor old Peter Gray. Was Peter Gray like similar to the wicketkeeper who dropped Brian Lara on, or was it 27 when he went on to make 500?
That's right. Some players do just have that uncanny ability to read.
There's a bit of confidence. Well, Morrison's got some confidence at the moment. He's feeling the juju. It's been a great ruck contest. There's Doherty again with his right arm getting it out. First use for the Northerners. Bishop's had a fine game.
The game's back out to 30 points.
Happened in a bit of a quick space of time. Payne's kick was a little too high. STJFL will rebound again. There's a long lead, a couple of options. That's very good football. But Stevenson couldn't quite keep hold of it. They look good here when they break out off half back. That's turned in the tackle. That's okay. Just that kick into the forward line to Stevenson needed to be a little harder, a little lower. Just to give him the best chance to mark it. It brings the defender into the action when they're a tad too high, but that's being overcritical. Doherty starting to get on top in the ruck contest. Watts at the ground. McCormack's been good today. Bedford from Launceston clears it out. Yes, DJFL with the numbers there. Nearly had it, Cox. Bedford high up, knocks the ball to ground. Coming off the bench, that's a bit rushkily, was Marsden. Clever kick from Marsden. It's helped his teammate in Bramage. He can just keep it in front of himself. Brockman coming in, pressuring him. It's got towards the goal face, off the ground. What a follow-up by Bramage. You ripper. Bramage did all the work then, got to the contest first, moved the ball on from the pocket and then followed up and finished it off with a goal. Player of the day. So here's Bramage. Little poke off the ground. And he's chased it down. He got there first. Too quick for Moles. And a good celebration too for the NTJFA. So a boil over definitely on the cards at 9-4 to 3-4 at the moment. And we're a fair way into this third quarter. And a 6-goal lead feels substantial.
Yeah, great response by the North, isn't it? Just the STJFL looking really dangerous.
Even that kick doesn't favour his teammate. Gapin. Tommy got it out. Can it come back again? Brown turns it around the corner. Turned it. Not enough. The sting gone out of the game. At the early stages it was down to 17 points only 7 or 8 minutes ago. Now it's out to 6, just under 6 goals, so 29 points. I should say 35 points. Hope you're enjoying the action here. The STJFL winning the 17 girls game comfortably in the end. That a terrific last quarter. Evie Ward was named best on for the STJFL, and Harberley by far the best for the NTJFA. She had a bright game of football, as she always does. She played some senior footy this year and 17s footy for Launceston Jora. Georgia, I should say Georgia, call it phonetically, she's got a J in her name. A lot of players around this contest. It's back into the pocket. Nice by Gape, and I reckon he's won a free kick here. No. You haven't. That's a brilliant kick. Morrison's come a long way up the ground to get the football. Bramage, the last goal kicker. So Morrison, Bramage. Cummings got a bit of work, but he's got a much taller and slower opponent in Meakin to deal with. They've tried to push it back into him, and still a live football, little poke off the ground. Is that kicking in danger? It is too. Wow, you don't see many of those. Unduly rough player, whatever the rule is these days. Morrison's kick is fantastic. Unfortunately, though, not the follow-up mark from Payne. Verbraeken with a handball out. He was looking for Bramage. Bramage still keeps the ball alive for the NTJFA. That's nearly hold of the football. Coming. Morrison, what's he done? He's missed a goal.
Drag it. Missed one.
So this is the kicking in danger. It certainly looked like, yeah, no, his hand was on it. So, I mean, as soon as your hand's on it, you can't kick the ball. And Morrison said, no, got to give it to me. So the forwards of the NTJFA look like they've had a good game of football, but it's been the mids that have allowed that entry, and that quick entry put so much pressure on the STJFL defenders. And he's going to come back again. Lining up at the moment. Henry Marsden usually plays in defence, and his kick was looking for Verbraeken, but got chipped off. Oh, he's having a field day, Morris. He's just ping-ponging around, just doing what he liked. In the last 4 or 5 minutes, the NTJFA wrestled control back to have a commanding lead here at the end of the third quarter. 9-5, 59 to 3-5, 23. And 5 sausage rolls to Toby Morrison. And the rest are all singles. Ellis, Payne, Bramich, Cumming, Gapin, Sculthorpe and Stevenson, the goals for the STJFL. We'll just chat a little bit about the game, but the first part of it was a relatively even contest as the STJFL ground their way back into it and found opportunities to try and get the score with Sculthorpe and Stevenson providing plenty of pressure inside that forward 50. The rucks were doing well. Cox got a little bit of the ball. Crossan was pretty impressive. Moles was useful, as so was Langan. Cunningham was great. But eventually the tide turned against the NTJFA. A couple of free kicks and then the brilliance of Toby Morrison, who read the ball so effectively inside the forward 50, taking 2 or 3 splendid marks and just controlling the space. He was well supported by Oliver Atkins from East Launceston. Lockie Bishop has had a stack of the football. Noah Hedges' defensive work and ability to read the game in defence was magnificent. I've been extremely impressed with Jai Doherty, constantly engaged in the game. Lockie Bedford's been good. Joby Ellis has looked dangerous at times, but Braken and even Watts got involved. 9-5, 59 to 3-4, 3-5, 23. It's a very handy lead. Let's see what the STJFL can do in the last quarter. We'll be back in a few moments.
This program brought to you by IGA, where the locals matter.
Let's talk about speeding. Sewage, check that out. Views are beautiful down here. Did you see that?
Jeez, Badge, I reckon I missed it. It just flew by.
When you're in control of a vehicle, you need to be aware of your speed.
What's the speed limit?
Oh, it's 100. Oh, you're right. I'm a touch over.
Be mindful of others and always travel within the speed limit.
Remember, Badge, we're not the only ones on the road.
That's a good call, man. I'll slow it down a bit.
There's some really simple things you can do to keep you safe on the roads.
Chatty,
Carlos, where you going, brother?
I'm just going for a KFC run.
You forget anything?
Just putting on a seatbelt will lower the risk of injury or even save your life.
Your seatbelt, you buffhead.
Oh, it's just 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah, but you better be safe than sorry.
We lose too many people that could have survived if they were wearing a seatbelt. Buckle up.
There's only one more thing I'm going to ask of you.
What do you want?
You know what I want, the wicked wings.
I'll get you some wicked wings.
I'll get you next time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about driving when you're tired. Mate, how good? What a game.
80-point turnaround. That was amazing.
You must be feeling pretty good. Kick 5.
7.
3 from the goal square.
Says, dude, that's half your career.
How are you feeling now? It's a fair drive?
To be honest, I'm pretty knackered.
When you're behind the wheel, you need to be alert. We'll maybe throw us the keys?
Yeah, at least go for the first half.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let someone else drive when you're tired and share the journey.
You get the boot, about time you do something?
Driver fatigue is a major cause of accidents on the road. Break your journey, share the driving, and know your limits.
This year, we're proud to be partnering with the Road Safety Advisory Council to launch the Road Safety Advisory Council Tassie Hawks Cup.
Over the next few months, you'll be playing in your local school competition, and we can't wait to see the goals you'll be kicking.
McLeod spins. What a start for Saints.
If you make it through your regional comp, you could end up playing here at UTAS Stadium in front of friends and family at our Road Safety Advisory Council Tassie Hawks Cup Gala Day.
Let's talk about getting distracted while you're driving.
Have you checked to see who's playing this week?
Mate, you'll be fine. Stop checking the phone. Mate.
I want to know if you're playing.
Stop.
When you're driving, you've got to keep your wits about you. It's too easy to be distracted.
Hey mate, can you just pass me my phone?
Your phone.
I want to check who's playing this week.
But you're driving.
There's enough distractions on the road already without you causing your own.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Better safe than sorry.
Okay, you check it then.
Yeah, I'll check.
Let's talk about driving and alcohol.
Am I getting intro again, am I, Duff? Hey, that was the Road Safety Advisory Council ads there from the Hawthorn Football Club, the new sponsor for the Hawks Cup State Grand Final.
Oh, nice.
The very interesting final series last year, St Virgil's, St Pat's fought it out. The first time two independent schools making the state final. Big year of footy. 39 teams in the Northern High School roster this year in footy. Brought our Rimple back for the first time for a decade with a footy side. Let's see if the STJFL can get some momentum. They needed probably 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of play, or first 3 or 4 minutes of play. Watkins has been good. He gets the first entry out. Hedge has been better. Might have been touched. Morrison's been moved up the field a little further. Still getting plenty of the ball.
They said that's enough.
Mercy rules in play, is it? Hedger under some pressure that time. Brockman was loose, dashing with bounce. The ball still doesn't go to a teammate. Watkins finally found the light at the end of the tunnel, but then the kick was ineffective and McCormack takes it. Just enough distance as Verbraeken gets it. He was looking for Walters, but it went over his head. Marsden with the snap. Oh, the missed handball because away was Watts. He might get it back. Probably deserved another handball, Watts. Ellis, he's going to get it. Verbraeken, Watts. Oh, sneaking through, is coming for his second. East Launceston's sharpshooter gets one off the start for the North Launceston NTJFA representative team. It's just really hurting now. That's a commanding position that they're in. Only 3 goals on the board for the STJFL. Just got the handball away. Nice little pick up and a good little row from Hamish Cumming for another second goal. Stewart winning that one. Still the ball goes forward again. The old-fashioned thump it through. Get it away from Hamish Cunningham, the elusive sneaker. So Baker will bring it out for the STJFL. Stewart goes up. He's got a shove then, he'll get a free. Oh no, it's actually going the other way. No, it's still Stewart's kick. The umpire was signalling all sorts of things then. That's a great kick from Stewart. Watkins been pretty good. Off half back, he's crossing. He's also been good for it, but he ran out of room because there's an Isaac Bramage wall that he had to contend with. Still effort from the STJFL. Ball should come out the back for Marsden. There's Oliver Atkins, and there's the boundary line. Atkins in the contested area, tries to win it, then he may have given away a free, or someone else gave away a free. The STJFL will take it out of defence. 10-6 to 3-5. Atkins goes again. Scooping down was Bounce. Geez, under some pressure was McMullen. Under so much pressure, he's been caught holding the football. So coming for his second chance for a goal in this quarter. This time a set shot after 2 snaps. We'll see what he's like from 35, directly in front.
Oh, sprayed it.
Did need to take a few more steps back, didn't he, Duff? Just 4 or 5 more metres to compose himself.
Kicked it like a defender.
I'm sure Wilders and the Hillwood coach, Jakey Pearce, be more than content with how this game's gone for the NTJFA. I'll have to check the record books on the last time the Northern Boys won a game of football, representative football, against the STJFL. It's certainly the 6 years I've been doing these games. It's the first time they've got a victory. Morrison again. This time he's getting up to half forward, taking defensive marks. Very high ball. Baker at the back. Moles kicks to his number 11 counterpart in Morrison, who chips it high.
Oh, nice.
I think it's Stingle snuck back for a shot on goal, the prospect player. There's a replay. Stingle just at back. Read it well, didn't he? And you could jay the frustration. And maybe some expletives from Matty McCullum. So similar to the last shot on goal. Much more composed. Much more time. And he's gone and told the defender, I'll just kick one on you. I outmarked you, now I kicked it on you. And a fraction too easy then. So Campbell Stingle with his first goal for the NTJFA today, and the lead really starting to creep out. Some nice boots there from Stingle, the yellow. They got the sun shining on the moment. Duff, get on those boots for Stingle, just at centre half forward. After the replay, obviously. Look at that. They're beauties. The sun was just shining nicely off as the sun comes over the western hills of Trevally onto Stingle's boots and reflects back.
Oh, what an artistic description. Brayshaw would never say that. Here goes Mad Dog.
Ball loose on half back. No, it's been a very long day for the Duffettes, I will say. They've been up since about 6 this morning.
Try doing 12-hour days of dark mofo. Good luck.
They're filming it.
3 days of it.
Who's filming Dark Mofo?
We were filming Dark Mofo. And a couple of events down there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
You're in with the elite,
with all the arty.
The arty elite. Yes. Not really your crowd, are they, Duff? But I know you can mingle. You can move between the genres. You're a genre shifter. Half forward line. Tap over the top was good from Sculthorpe. Farrow best position in front of Cumming.
Where's Mad Dog? Get him on the ball.
Doesn't need to. He's get plenty of the footy. Hunter generally kind of drifts back down.
Oh dear.
Cunningham couldn't get it. There's that little tap off the ground from Bramich. Still some endeavour from the STJFL, not giving up on this game. That looked like a shove right in front of the umpire. He's gone, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. Page goes short to Farrow. Goes shorter again.
Take a bounce, son.
Riley Brown.
Take another.
Pops the ball on the turf. Gets it back. Sculthorpe. Stevenson. Good footy in the STJFL. I think it's Carmichael. I'll have to get my binoculars out. He's a long way away from the action. So set shot. Tight in the pocket. It's creeping across. It's creeping a long way across in the end. Hedger got up high. There's Mad Dog. Goodness gracious. Stevenson, out of nowhere. Great goal.
Great goal.
Second goal for Roy Stevenson. And a bit of reward for some good effort. Just landed a little too far back on that one. Didn't kick through the ball. What's going on there? Let's wait for like a gun to come up or something. To be fair, Duff would never be filming James Bond. It'd be more Austin Powers, wouldn't it? We are experimenting here on Duff TV.
We had some fun here, ladies and gentlemen.
Throw up in the middle of the ground. STJFL with a goal. Get them started.
No wonder they won't be in the door at the TSL.
McKeegan, yeah. And they won't let you anywhere near a TSL game. Chippy kick. Sorry, that's short kick. Chippy kick, something. Doherty. I reckon a little hold in the jumper of Brockman. He should have won a free kick. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's had to make him go back. So no advantage play then. Got to go over the player on the mark.
That's the first error by the umpire.
No, that was fine. Brown's kick's good.
Okay.
No, that was there.
Stevenson
dishes off a handball. Riley Brown on the bike.
Nice. Playing this out.
It's had a couple of good minutes here. Thorpe McCulloch. Mad Dog at the back. Missed the footy. Loose in the pocket. Snapping in the corner. Locklery's got it. Locklery's ball's touched. Go to the replay. I don't know. That's that touched?
Do you reckon his mates will his mates call him Mad Dog now, from now on? They'd have to.
If you want a nickname, get on Tough TV. We'll give you one. Wide ball out. That's still in play. Might have just bounced out of bounds. Not called. Morrison. Good handball over the top. Some dash here from the NTJFA. They managed to get the ball up towards half forward. It's just gone through Watts' fingers. Watts will get back again. He can have a bounce now. He can steady. He can go another one. Bounce it again, Sonny Jim. Or just dob a goal. I'll do it myself. Tully Watts, the boy from the coast, has drilled one through from the right pocket. Nice finish. So this is coast to coast.
Seen a few of these today.
Morrison's handball there. Look at that. Set the play up.
I like this boy. Just kick.
Bramich is a beauty. Yeah, he's had a great game, Isaac Bramich.
Oh,
this is a good finish.
It is, because they're easy to miss these ones.
Yeah, that's a good drop. Left to right fade. Martin Duffy's so excited. He's left the camera and he's come over to see the replay on that coast-to-coaster. And Duff, I know you did the STJFL Goals of the Year last year.
We did.
Well, we need to make it a broader one because there's been a couple of beauties today.
There has been.
Meekin in the ruck. Morrison down back. Sweeping handball.
Here he goes again.
Bramich on the run. Watts with a driving ball up into half forward.
Oh.
Nearly by Verbraken.
We need a goal to Mad Dog. Put him up there, coach.
Quite a few balls getting smothered. Still some intensity. Doherty lost it. Hadley been a little quiet in the second half. So he decides just to shove the neck of his opponent into the turf, the VC. I reckon he's chewing on his lip because Libbert's been left in the turf here at UTAS Stadium. So Roy Stevenson off half-back. Morrison now becoming a sweeper off half-back. He's done the lot today. Walters. Getting his arm in the air was Dylan Baker.
Who's your 3-2-1s?
Marston.
Give that some thought.
Well, Hedge would be up there.
Okay, Morrison.
Oh, yes. Coming. Couldn't quite bring it down. Brockman. And the STJFL just clear. High up in the air. Right hand nearly got down to Brown. Hedger with a clearing handball. Doherty's been one of the better players. Morrison, probably those three have been in the top 5 or 6. That's good from Hedger. So composed and confident to be able to find some space, get back into traffic. Oliver Atkins has been steady as well. just the marks have been dropped. That's the only area of the game where it's probably been a little sloppy. Bramage, though, driving it up towards the very dangerous spot. Watts had a chance, and in the end, some pressure was too much.
I've got my 3, 2 and 1s for you. We've got Morrison with 3. And I'd go 2 to Bramage, excitement machine. 1 to Mad Dog. The crowd favourite.
Yeah, if you look through the list for the NTJFA, there's most of those players have played a role. Very few of them haven't had an influence today. It's been an extremely well-drilled side. Sculthorpe, Doherty's right hand, tried to get it down to ground level to one of his runners. Walters, it's up towards half forward in a hurry. Farrow says, I've got it, just quieten things down. Baker dropped it, looks a little sore. Morrison has a couple. Can he beat both? Just got the handle away before he was taken down to the ground. Moles with some pressure. STJFL numbers, can they work it through? Might have been Bounce was trying to get through, and I reckon he deserved a free kick then.
Tell you what, 3, 2 and 1's just about to go to these umpires out there. They've been brilliant.
Zach Bounce. They're a bit stagnant at the moment. Both teams have just lost a little bit of energy. Farrow on his knees. Driving handball, being pinched out here by Marston. High ball up towards half forward. At the back of the pack is for Braken. Didn't fall his way. Page. Spinning around is Watts.
Oh.
Nearly hit 4 o'clock as the sun starts to tootle pip. Cools down a little bit now. Thorpe McCulloch, the boy from the valley. Green was there. Hedger again. Hadley. And finally a clearing ball to some space as Cunningham looks up. He's got a couple of options deep. Just trying to find Barwick. And he's found Barwick. He suddenly looks around, he's got the whole ground to play with, and Barwick gets a goal. Nice driving ball. It's a good mark. And suddenly looked around and Munting was not even making a contest. He ran off and kicked a goal. Good action for the goal umpire too. A lot of authority in that one.
Who's your favourite goal umpire in the AFL?
I like Roden because he smiles every time.
Right.
I like the way he smiles. He's good to watch, Jerry. He knows the rules. It's only like 4 rules for a goal umpire, isn't it? What are the rules? Oh, good moves. Like he could do the worm or something, can he? Steaming out is Carmichael. Munting got it to ground. Hedger was the recipient of that. Stewart, the ruckman. Munting coming out of defence. The Braken. He had to play it wider, and I reckon he was trying to find him. Gee, a few balls have just squirted through. Stingle gets it. Here it goes, Morris. I think that's gone through.
Wow.
The Stingle with a nice little finish.
Is this thing running off?
No, he's in the pocket.
He's in the pocket. Sorry, wrong player. Where is he?
See this on the replay. It's a good turn for Braken. But the kick was lucky. It's a decent rush ball, wasn't it, from Campbell Stingle? The Prospect lads have had a good game today, and that's a rush but exciting and effective finish. We're nearly done here. 13-8 to 5-6. And it looks like a nasty scoreboard and a long trip home down the Midlands Highway for the STJFL.
You can always stop off at Tunnock. Well, no, that was Tunbridge on the way.
Yeah, we can stop at Tunnock, but you've gone the wrong way, haven't you? You're heading in towards Parrata and Woodsdale.
Isn't the Midlands Highway improving, though? Every time you come up.
I reckon it was faster in 1995 in my sunny Datsun.
Did you have a Datsun Sunny?
Watkins, yep.
Mad dog.
Top speed downhill with the wind behind me, 109. There it is. Top speed for the NTJFA was very high today. 13-8, 86 to 5-6, 36. A commanding victory for the Northerners. They got on top early in this game. They had a commanding 6-goal lead at one stage. The STJFL worked their way back into the game, but a couple of late goals from Magic from Morrison was able to steady the ship at three-quarter time, and in the last quarter, although the STJFL did get some goals, the NTJFA were always in control, and the result was a very comfortable competition win for them. So are they the leading 16 boys comp in Tassie? I don't know that's necessarily the case. The goal kickers, well, Morrison, who actually went to half back and on the ball for parts of that last quarter, he kicked 5. Hamish Cumming, a couple of goals to him, and the Stingle bobbed up with 2. His last one was a beauty amongst a congested pack of players. Bramwich with 1, Payne, Tully Watts also kicked a goal. A couple of goals to Stevenson from Kingborough. I think he was impressive. Gapin, Sculthorpe and Barwick also kicked a couple of goals. In the end, high fives all around, but it was NTJFA. 13 goals, 8. 86 to 5 goals, 6. 36. Some of the better players for the Southern Tasmania Junior Football League. Oliver Cunningham was pretty good for most of the day. He was capable of getting the ball. He got the ball on the outside. Sam Mole's first half was good when they were still in the game. Carmichael got a little bit of the ball. I thought Tom Crossan's second half was outstanding. Sculthorpe was good. Roy Stevens provided some problems. Thought McCulloch was good in that last quarter as well. I really enjoyed watching Noah Stewart in the ruck and Noel Farrow down back. Tried extremely hard to keep his team in the game. So many good players for the NTJFA. We'll start at the top with Mad Dog Hunter McGee, the boy from Longford, was brilliant. Didn't do a lot in that last quarter, but he had so much energy and set the tone in the initial first 2 quarters. Hamish coming up forward was dangerous. Isaac Bramick, one of the best on the field, 25 plus touches for Bramage. He also managed to get a goal. I was very impressed. Oliver Atkins, the captain, and the boy from East Launceston, had a really good first half along with Lockie Bishop from South, who's impressed me all year. Noah Hedges' work down back was exceptional, reading the play, bringing his teammates into the game. Toby Morrison, probably best on ground. 5 goals for him. There's Wilders down there. Pearce as well, the captains, should say the coaches for the NTJFA. Lockie Bedford was good. Joby Ellis had a few moments when he looked dangerous. But Bracken and Watts, so many good players for the NTJFA. The photos taken, the champion team for 2023, the NTJFA winning here. You've been on Duff TV. Thanks very much to Jared Martindale, the best pots and pans man. We don't know what happens to Ben Duffy. He's disappeared. Massive thanks to Martin Duffy for coming up from the south to then pop in and do this game, and some interesting comments from you, Martin. But thanks again.
Good fun day.
We hope you enjoyed it out there. You've been Duff TV. We've got Sardis Action Tuesday, the girls' grand final, and then the big one Saturday at St Pat's. If you want to come and watch some football, come up to St Pat's to watch the Sardis grand final. We'll be there, Duff TV. And there we go. We'll finish off with a bit of James Bond.